Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Put my glasses on for this. Put my old man glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I am going, first of all, there we go. And I'm going to share my screen with everyone. Share. Okay. You guys on the Zoom, can you see the screen? All right, cool. All right, everybody can see. Good. Now, I am going to go back over here. So this is what, well, first of all, let me take you back to here, your content or your channel. Let's do that. View the channel. So when you go to your YouTube, guys, you're going to see something that looks like this. I'm going to stop my video. Stop my video. Okay. So that's the trailer. It automatically plays on your YouTube channel. Yeah. No, it's going to come through up there. If anything auto plays during this, please forgive me because it's going to come through here as well. So this is what your YouTube channel would look like. You have your cover art up top. If you don't have your cover art, by all means, let's get with Selena and have a conversation about that. You need it. You need your profile picture. You need a trailer, which hopefully is a little bit about you and what you do in your business. This is obviously my personal YouTube channel, so it's about whatever I want it to be about. And then a bunch of videos and stuff down there. Tons of stuff, okay? So on your YouTube channel, a couple things that I want you have availability to see, and I want you not to look at every day. I do not want you to look at the second thing here where I have 3.06 thousand subscribers and 290 videos. I don't want you to look at that on yours. I don't want you guys saying, oh, I have 41 subscribers and it's been 3 weeks and I now only have 42. And it's literally like watching paint dry. Or water boil when you want to make some food and you're just looking at it. Yeah, that was a bubble. I saw a bubble. It's like that. Don't worry about it. You just keep doing what you're supposed to do as far as making videos and putting up content and sharing it, and the subscribers will come. Okay. You can't sit there and fret over that. And I have people do. They come see me all the time and go, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? Nothing. Keep doing what you're doing. It'll build. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys not about necessarily the front end of your YouTube channel that we're looking at right here. We are going to talk about that customized channel. We're going to talk about what's happening in the back end of this YouTube channel and should be happening in the back end of yours. Now, earlier I went into some of mine and deleted a couple of things because I want to be able to put some things in for you, and I can't do that if it's already there. So let's take a look at this. Now that I think about it, I really did hope I saved that. If I didn't, it won't. It'll still be there. All right, so this first section is called layout. So you see the trailer. I have it set up for people who haven't subscribed and for returning subscribers. I was trying to build views on this. It's almost at 11,000 views now. So I may go take it off for returning subscribers. Underneath that, recommendations for viewers. For you, I have that turned on. And then I have featured sections down below. Okay, this is super, super important. And here's why. Do you see how you can drag and drop these things? Like you can shift the order of them. So let's start right here in this box first under layout up here in blue and under featured sections. If you have a YouTube channel and you create tons and tons and tons and tons of shorts, and that's your thing, like you're like, nope, not making any videos any longer than 30 seconds, 45, 50 seconds, and I'm going to put them on shorts. Then you want to drag shorts to the top of that. Because if you have only a couple of long form videos and a ton of shorts, they're going to see these rows in order on your page. So for instance, let's go back out to mine and look at the front page. Got the feature. Pause it again. Sorry. Now it's got For You. It's got the 99X Live X playlist. It's got videos. And then way down there, it's got short. Because on YouTube, I don't put a ton of shorts on there. It's not what my channel's about. Okay. My channel is mainly long form content. I'm going to start adding more. And if it comes to a point where I have a ton of these, then I'll move this row up to there. But what you don't want is for this channel to show up and you have, I'll zoom folks, I'm going to walk over and point the screen. I'll be right back. And you have 2 videos here, 1 video here. They're never going to see this down here. And all they think is you don't have any content. They're not going to go down there and find the shorts, and you may have 500 shorts down there. So you want to put the most populated one up top, right where it says For You in that area. So let's go back over here to customize channel. All right, so that's where that takes place right here. And of course, if you have other ones you want to have there, other rows, you can just click on add a section and you can name it, put it wherever you want to in the order. But the order of these things, very, very important. I've got short videos all the way at the bottom because there's only 2 of them. And it may be a while before I add more. I don't know. Now, let's look at the tabs under channel customization. You see branding is the second one over. You click on that, you're going to see my profile picture, which is, God, 10 years old. You're going to see my profile picture first. You're going to see the banner image second, which is the one that goes across the top. On your phone, it's a little sliver across the top. Same as pretty much same as you see on here, but shorter. On the computer, it's a long, skinny bar. On your television, it's the size of your television. So it's one of all the social media cover arts, it is the most difficult one to get right because you've got to have stuff that fills the rest of the screen. And it's okay if it's just part of the background or whatever, but you got to have your name and everything right in the center within a certain safe area. And then not only that, you got to have good stuff on the side. So for the part where the computer shows it all. So that's because they're looking at it on phones, tablets, PCs, and TVs. So it's a little bit difficult. You could look up YouTube cover art template, and they'll give you some really great examples on how to do it. But if you have questions, of course, you could just come see us as well. Don't worry about video watermark at the bottom right now. So those 2 things are have to be done, and they got to be knocked out. Let's go to basic info. So basic info is going to have your name. That's pretty easy. It's going to have your handle, whatever your unique handle is. I got on YouTube so long ago, like 2006, that I actually got at Rob Hamilton. So then there's 30,000 in Georgia alone. Somehow I got that name because I was a very, very, very early adopter. You're going to get creative with it. It could be, at Miguel Betancourt Real Estate, whatever. Your pronouns, if you want to do that, you can add your pronouns. You can add what pronoun you go by. A description. Mine says it's just life, family, sports, woodworking, photography, and some of the radio stations. Channel URL, that's if you want to hard link something to it. Most of this stuff right here is going to be filled up once you set your name and handle up. And your custom URL. Mine is youtube.com/C for channel/Rob Hamilton. All right, below that, super important right here, guys, social media links. You want them to show up on your channel in the header. You want the little linkable thing that says Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. I even linked to my son's YouTube channel up there as well. So people can go from my channel to his, okay? You can add links right there. You can reorder the links just like you can on the front page. You can add another link if you want to, and you can remove links over here. Just don't have a Facebook page and an Instagram and not put that on your YouTube channel. It's It's just a waste. And down at below is a contact info. That's an email address that doesn't show up. But if someone says contact this channel, then that's where it goes. So, but it doesn't, they don't blast it on there. Okay. So you don't have to worry about putting it in the description. It says contact. You click it. Yes.
You make that an email that's separate from the email you use to sign up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
A lot of people, especially if you're using his question was, sorry, his question was, can you make that email address down there in the contact info different than one you use to create your YouTube channel? Yes, absolutely. You can make it anything you want to. A lot of folks will set up their YouTube channel under, or had set it up a long time ago under a personal Gmail, and they want that contact button though to be like Miguel B at c21connectrealty.com. So they actually go in and change that to whatever it is you're currently using to get that information. Super important. You got to fill this thing out here. All right. This is layout, branding, and basic info. Now, when I talked yesterday about the settings within the settings, this is what I'm talking about right now. So we're in the back end settings right now, right? Down here, you see another one, a little gear shift down here. It says settings. So let's click on that. Now this one pops up a dialog box. So it's separate from the actual YouTube studio screen that we were looking at a minute ago. And there is a menu running down the left-hand side. You do not have to worry about all of those, but several of these, you have to worry about a lot of what's in it. Okay, so we're going to start at the top. It's a really easy one. In general, you have default units for money, US dollar. Leave it alone. Go down next to channel. So under the three tabs, much like we had layout, branding, and basic info, there is basic info, advanced settings, and feature eligibility. These require quite a bit of attention one time, just one time. Do this once and you'll be golden, okay? Country of residence, you would be surprised how many people that I see leave that blank. And it says choose one, and they just leave it like that. Now, if you're creating content and you want it to be consumed by people around here, okay, you're making content, trying to get people to learn how to know you and like you and trust you, then you definitely want to fill this out and say United States, because these things are fed. I mean, who cares if your videos show up in Turkey? I don't think any of you do, because I don't believe any of you are licensed in Turkey. So country of residence, United States. Fill it out. It's so simple to do. All right, keywords down below. These are channel keywords, not video keywords. There will be a little bit of a difference. With every video you upload, you're going to have some separate keywords that apply only to that video. In here, mine's all over the place because these are interviews. I've done interviews in here with 30 Seconds to Mars, Miley Cyrus, Kelly Clarkson. These are the shows I worked on: The Burt Show, 99X, Roswell, 92.9 The Game, all that kind of stuff. Yours are going to be, I don't know. Let's go. We'll pick on Atticus. Yours are going to be Atticus, Graybill, Real Estate, Century 21, Connect Realty, Georgia, Atlanta, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The areas in which you sell and focus. Yes, sir. Stephen has a question.
Other big YouTube channels. When people look them up, you come up.
It's not going to work that way. That YouTube's not stupid. They know. He's wanting to know if he can tag other people, other super successful channels in his channel. So when people look up the other channel, somebody looks up Mr. Beast. Instead, they get Stephen Carson, and they're like, well,
not Mr. Beast, but like,
this is just as cool. Oh, Mark Spain or somebody? Okay. Let's talk about that. Well, let's sit down and have a conversation as to why and what you hope. Well, look at his content, look at your content, and see what we can come up with. Yeah, exactly. So you got to fill this out, guys. These keywords are crucial, and you should be putting about 20 to 25 in here. And the good news is you only have to do this for your channel one time, just once. So spend some time, sit down, look at it in the back end, and make sure that you have all this stuff filled out. Now, we're going to flip over to advanced settings right now. These are audience questions. So because mine is attached to my son's, or I should say his is attached to mine, sometimes some of the videos that we make are made for kids. Yours are probably not going to be. So you can, in this case, you guys, Zoom, I'm going to step over here for a second. You guys can check. No, this channel is not made for kids. I never upload video that is made for kids. Now there's a lot of confusion as to what that means. What does it mean made for kids? Marvel stuff, Iron Man, that kind of Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff, it's not made for kids. There's suicide, there's people being blown up, there's, graphic violence, there's all kinds of stuff. It's not made for kids under 13. Now, do some kids under 13 like it and enjoy it, want to watch it? Absolutely. But it crosses both sides of that line. Therefore, you cannot say it's made for kids. Take Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig or Bluey is made for kids under 13. So if it's that kind of content, that's never crossing over really into adults. So you would say, yes, this is made for kids. You guys are not going to be making stuff that's made for kids for the most part. Okay. So you can set your channel safely to no, unless you have children, folks on the Zoom, and you're going to be crossing that boundary. Like I'm crossing that. So I want to review that setting for every video I post. Some goes in made for kids, some goes in not made for kids. Okay. If you are running a Google Ads account, you can link that account right here. I am not for this particular channel. Automatic captions. You can turn on automatic captions. This is some of the stuff I came through because I really wanted to talk about it for a minute. Does Mike sometimes use colorful language? Never. Steven says never. This is one of those where you would not want it to show colorful language in the captions. So when it turns on captions, when people are just looking at it and watching it follow along, some of those words you just don't want printed on the screen. It replaces it with the first letter and a couple of asterisks or something. You don't, this is a good one that if you're putting up some of those videos that have some of those words in them, you definitely want to check this box to don't show potentially inappropriate words. Now, again, there are some interviews on my channel with, bands and artists, and if Miley Cyrus, I believe, dropped a couple of S-bombs, and that's part of her image and what she was doing when she was rebelling at the time. So I did not have this turned on. Like, whatever, that's what she wanted to do. So again, some of this you can't take from my channel because it's a completely different purpose. The guts, you can. All right. Disable interest-based ads. So I did not check this one on mine. I like interest-based ads. I don't like non-interest-based ads, which are ads that I don't care about, have never looked up anything about, and it's just a waste of my time. Mike gets ads for golf-related stuff on his stuff, and he loves it. That's great. It relates to the content. He likes to consume it. His people like to consume it. That's awesome. Same thing mine with baseball and other stuff. So I'm not disabling interest-based ads. I'm leaving that unchecked. Clips. Yes, I allow viewers to clip my content and use it in their stuff. Here's the thing. When they do, all that is marketing for my stuff. That's all it is. Do I care? And better yet, I could learn a lesson from that, right? If I see someone clip part of my content and use it, and I got 10,000 views, and they just used a piece of my content in a donut with stuff on either side of it, and they got 100,000 views, I want to know why. What did they do that I didn't do? So if nothing else, I go back and look at it. I allow people to clip my content. It's just more marketing for me and for my channel. All right. Of course, you leave your channel visibility to public. Okay. You don't want to, unless one day you want to hide your channel. These two settings at the very bottom, stay away from those. The manage YouTube account and remove YouTube account. There's a bunch of other stuff in there that we're not going to talk about right now. So just don't go there. Okay. Feature eligibility. You guys are going to see standard features enabled, intermediate features, it may be grayed out, and advanced features may be grayed out. You also may see them as eligible. If you see it turn to eligible, then click it and change it to enabled. Okay, turn those on. It allows you to post videos over 15 minutes, have custom thumbnails, upload those custom thumbnails. The advanced ones increase daily video uploads and live streams. And you can't see it there, but if you will mouse over, eligibility to apply for that M is monetization. So you have a bunch of videos that go viral, then you start getting paid for those. Okay. That's the three things under channel. Now let's quickly get down to upload defaults. My videos, yours are, you have a signature to put in, right? So like, here's what we do. The first one, you're going to put the title in, whatever your video title is. The second one, you're going to put in your name, your, realtor, whatever, not realtor. You're going to put in your cell number, your office number, everything that's in your email signature. And if you want, the nice trick is just have your email open in another one of these windows, go and copy that and come paste it into here. And that means every time you go to upload a video, it's already in the box. All you have to do is type what the video was about, 2 or 3 sentences, and you're done. Okay. Don't sit there typing your name, your cell, your office, all that stuff in there every single time. Huge waste of time. Yes, this is in upload defaults under basic info. Yeah. And when you go to upload from your phone, you will make the video, and then you open YouTube and you upload it, and you'll go, look, there's all the stuff. It's already in there. Yes, Steven has a question.
So when you do upload it, you have the title and the description, that is automatically fills in, and then you can add the specific description.
Correct. This will already be in the box called description. And you just tap in front of it, like return twice, and then tap back at the top, put some space between it. Yes, I'm getting to that. All right. So title and description, guys. And by the way, Zoom, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat, and we're going to get to those at the end. Okay. All right. Scroll down below that description after you've put your email signature in there. Visibility, obviously you want it public. You guys are making videos to help the audience learn to know, like, and trust you. And it's not going to happen if it's private or not listed. So leave it to public. Down below, you see tags. These tags are currently, I took a bunch out because they didn't apply anymore to videos I'm making right now. And that's a good thing about it, is if you're making a whole bunch of videos about something, you want these tags automatically to show up in the list. And all you got to do is add 1 or 2 to it. If something changes and you're making videos about a whole bunch of videos about other stuff, then you can come in and take out the ones you don't want to upload as a default. It's fluid like that. You can move it around. In this case, I just had my name, my son's name, because he makes videos on here, my wife's name, my daughter's name, you know, youth baseball, RUMC, that's our church, golf, baseball, all, you know, all that kind of stuff, because those apply to pretty much everything that we make. And the good news is when you go to upload it and you're looking at it, if this has nothing to do with golf, you can just hit the X and delete that one and type in what it does have to do with. But it gives you a base of tags that you're already working with. Like you could have, you know, put as many as you want. You can have up to 500 characters. So put as many as you want in there and delete the ones you don't want and swap out a couple. This is a massive time saver. I actually saw someone sit there and try to upload a video and they were in tags going real estate, realtor, you know, and they were typing all this stuff out. What are you doing? And they went, this takes forever. And I went, it does take forever. It should just be in your upload defaults and you never have to type those words again. So this is where it's done under upload defaults, under basic info at the bottom of that page. And let's flip over to advanced settings. Again, these are some things. Now I went through and put these back. Oh, I forgot this one. I bet you it won't let me do it now. Nope, it won't. Once you choose one, it won't let you do it. I was going to take it back to select. Some of these let me go back. So this is what I usually see when I look at somebody's channel. I see category none. So you just make content and you're putting it in the category of none. Every video people look up on YouTube is in a category. The most popular one, the one where most people put everything, is people and blogs. So go to here, go to the list, look at people and blogs, and put it in people and blogs. Make that your default one. Now, can you change that on the video? Sure. Make this your default one. Don't have to go choose people and blogs every time. Big time saver. Video language. This is what I see from most people. Select. Just select. All right, so hang on a second. I'm going to show you how to set this. Yes, for each one. For each one, yeah. Some things you may find yourself go, I can't put a default for this because I'm this and then I'm that. I need to balance back and forth. When you come down, you have a lot of Englishes to choose from. Do yourself a favor, don't choose English. Go to the bottom and choose English Estados Unidos. That's from Miguel. Caption certification over here. It's another one that I see that is always checked to none. Your options are this content has never aired on television in the United States. That's the only option you need because none of your content has ever aired on television in the United States. You're not going to need to go down to any of the other stuff. All right. Check that. You want that done every single time. Title and description language. Again, take it, go down, English United States. All right. So that's what that should look like right there. Later on in another one, I'm going to get into the difference between standard YouTube license and Creative Commons attribution. Creative Commons attribution will, remember when we talked about other people clipping and using your stuff? That allows them to use more of it, but it also puts a link to your channel on it. The attribution means they have to give you credit as to where that came from. So it's up to you how much of your content you want other people to be able to use. But I'm going to talk about the exact differences in between those and how potentially, if you use it right, I don't have time to go into it today, but if you use it right, Creative Commons attribution can actually boost your subscribership, right? And we'll go over exactly how that works. But right now, standard YouTube license works for you guys. Comments. I always say leave comments on. Comments are interaction. Comments are questions from people. Sometimes they won't email you and ask you a question. You'll make a video about, you know, mortgage interest rates and down payment or something, and they just ask you a question in the comments. When you get that notification that someone's asked you a question, you need to go answer it, or start the conversation offline. Go, hey, shoot me an email at this. I'll be glad to have a, you know, offline discussion with you about that. But you want comments on, all right? Now, I've only had one person here in 4 years who I told to turn off comments. And that person posted a lot of controversial, inciting stuff. And their comments were just full of haters, and it was just nasty. And I was like, you just need to turn them off. Just turn them off. That everybody else, welcome the interaction, welcome the questions, welcome the comments. Even if they say something bad about your video, people will say something bad about your video. Even if they do, just, you know, let it roll off your back. Okay. Yes. And show how many viewers like this video. You want that on because you may not think you want it on when it says 9 people like the video, but I had one just of my kid go from 128 to 110,000 and almost overnight. So yeah, I mean, 128, you're not that proud of that, right? You want it views when you get up in the, you know, 60,000, 70,000 off of 128,000 views, then you're like, oh, I want that number showing. Show me that 70K. Like, trust me, just leave that on. Bear with it when it's minimal numbers, you know, smile when the numbers get big. All right. All right. That is this screen under advanced settings. Okay. Now all that stuff looks exactly like it should. You don't have to hit save every time, by the way, because the moment you hit save, this window goes away and you have to go over and click on settings again and go back to it. So even when you change something, if I go back to basic to work on something and I come back, all of this is still here. All right. Permissions. This is where if you have someone helping you with your YouTube videos and you want to give them access to your channel to be able to change things or edit things, etc. For instance, here, the YouTube channel for this place is under Mike's name. But if you go to this permissions tab on there, it has Mike Pruitt, owner, and then underneath it, it says that picture. And just like that, Rob Hamilton, manager, and then it keeps going down. All right. So Selena has access to it. Zach has access to it now. So we all can add and edit content on the channel. If you have someone who's helping you, like Rip has his wife Bonnie who's helping him. She added him to his channel. So you have both of them in there. Okay. That's where your permissions are. And you see, if you want to invite someone, up in the top right-hand corner, you see the word invite. You just click on that. You're going to type in their Gmail address and it's going to send them an invitation. They have to accept it, and then they will show up here as well. And you, of course, you can change the level of what they can do too. There's just like anything else. There's owner, manager, editor, commenter, viewer, moderator, viewer, that kind of stuff. Okay, go down the line. Community, you guys aren't worried about that right now. This is people who get tens of thousands of comments a day and they need to be moderated by people. You usually have a staff of people who do that. This is where you add all that stuff. Creator demographics. All right, this is 100% optional. It's a survey, and it's Google's owned by the Alphabet company, and so is YouTube. And it's the Alphabet company's way of just gathering information to see, you know, how many, what demographic uses them the most and what age groups and all of that qualitative data. So you could take the survey if you want to. Agreements, you don't have to worry about this because this is just their legal documents where they're saying, hey, you agreed to this. I'm in the YouTube partner program. So this is, and I do have monetization turned on. So this is where those documents are that you can read all the stuff we never read. when we buy a new phone and we have to accept Apple's terms of agreements, and we're like, accept. And it was like 1,800 pages of something. And you're like, I ain't reading a word of nothing. Accept, and you just roll with it. So if you don't agree with anything, and there's not really anything you can do about it, or anybody else can do about it, you're just going to be, well, I don't agree with this. Fine, don't use YouTube. They could care less. All right, so that takes us through that entire menu down there. The most important tab on here, upload defaults, your channel tags, and on these tags, channel tags and upload defaults, your video tags right here. That's the most important thing in here. But go through all of these, set all of these correctly if you're going to get the most out of your YouTube channel. You have to. And you click save, settings saved, and there you go. There's a lot of other stuff over here too that I'm going to get in on future classes because we have 4 of these a week. So I can't do it all at one time. Plus it's just overload. You guys are never going to remember it. And I'm never going to remember what I talked about. So yeah, there we go. Let's go to I'm going to stop sharing now. So I can see if there's questions in the chat box. Chat. I don't have any questions on Zoom. You got no questions on Zoom? God, you guys had 4 questions yesterday. All right, in the room, questions. Yes, sir, Miguel.
Whenever I tell somebody, oh, look for my channel, they go on the search bar. My channel is called Living in Atlanta, Georgia. But my handle is Atlanta Sweet Home by Miguel. Sometimes it's hard to find it.
It is hard to find.
So how do I tell people, do I have to send the link? But I'd rather say the name.
But here's the problem. Atlanta has 7+ million people in it. 51,000 real estate agents. And many of them call their stuff living in Atlanta. It's a problem you're going to fight if you don't have your name the same across the board on everything. Like every time I meet with somebody, and I think I met with most of all y'all at the beginning, I'm like, you got to have your name. It has to be the same, and it has to have your name in it, and preferably the words real estate somewhere. Because if someone says, hey, you should use this guy, Miguel, he's great. Like, they're vouching for you, right? They're telling somebody else, this Miguel's awesome. He helped us. You gotta use that guy. Well, if he goes and they can't find you because they're not looking up, Atlanta Sweet Home by Miguel or whatever. They're looking up, they actually told you their first and last name. They're looking up Miguel Betancourt. And then they're also typing the words real estate. That narrows it down, gets all of the other Miguel Betancourts. Now it's Miguel Betancourts who are in real estate. They expect to see you right there. And if you have this name on this platform and this name on Google Business Profile and this name over here, they can't follow it. And I hate to break it to you, but people are lazy and apathetic. They are not going to spend time digging for you. So you need to think about that, and we could talk about it and see. Just you got to get your name the same on everything. And your other option is a link tree where you put all of these links in one place and you just send them that, or a QR code or something so they can get to that link tree. Yeah. So you can just send them that, text them that and say, hey, got stuff here. I'm on Instagram and I also do stuff on YouTube. Yeah, but I don't know that that's Miguel. I don't know who that is. Could be anybody. We've had agents in here. They're like, I would like Precious Homes, Precious Homes Atlanta or something. And I went, if another person recommends you to someone because they've used you or they've seen your marketing, they're not going to go, oh, you should use Precious Homes. That's who I use. Because they know you, right? They know you, they like you, and they trust you. Otherwise, they would be doing business with you.
Because sometimes it's like, oh, yeah, I have a channel. Get my channel. What's the name of your channel? And I said, And then I put the handle because sometimes. when you
Yeah.
look for the handle,
So Miguel's having trouble with people finding him on YouTube when his name is Miguel Betancourt and he's in real estate, but he uses Atlanta, living in Atlanta, Georgia, and
that's the name of
then
the
that's the name of the channel, and then Atlanta Sweet Home by Miguel is the handle. So there's a disconnect between who he is and who he's talking to and what they're looking for. So that's one thing that when we talked about with your marketing is always let it open doors and never build barriers between you and someone, right? So that you got to make it as easy as possible. Everything you do in your marketing has got to be make it as easy as possible for people to get to you. We can sit down and have a conversation about it though. He wants it to be right now. All right. What else is going on, guys? We only got a couple minutes left. We got 3 minutes. Yes, sir.
Video thing still a thing.
35.
35.
Yeah, it's 35. Video 36 is your.
Yep.
Steven's asking is the 35 video threshold in order for you to take full advantage of their algorithm still in place. Yes, it is. It's your 36th video is really your first video in their eyes because they expect your first 35 videos to suck. They do. They good. Good. You should probably do awesome then. All right. So the reason is they're not stupid. This is Google. All right. They own YouTube. They're not stupid. They know when you make a video the first time and post it, it ain't gonna be very good. It's the lighting's not gonna be good, the audio's not gonna be good, what you're saying's not gonna be good. It's not gonna happen. So they don't want their users to have such a horrible experience on their platform. Because if you're using YouTube and you get like horrible video after horrible video of all these people that are just creating videos for the first time, you're like, I'm done with this. All these videos suck. I'm not coming back here. It's a waste of time. So they let you get core competent in making videos and get your lighting right, your audio right, your content right, and that they have determined over the last 17 years that it takes an average person making and posting 35 videos before you become core competent, which means video 36 they really start treating like your first video. So but you got to do it. You'll never get there. And by the way, we've had agents try. You can't do that in one weekend. They're like, I'm just going to make 35 videos and by Monday I'll be ready to be running. I'm like, they're not stupid. They know you didn't learn anything. All you did was make a bunch of videos, the same bad videos over and over and over and post them. It doesn't work that way. You've got to actually learn and get better at it.
What, 3 months?
It's usually around 2 months or so, 2 to 3 months. Because you just got to learn. If you don't have a mic, if you're making the videos and they're super echoey, and you go buy a microphone, well, you got to order it and you got to get it in a couple of days and you got to try it out and you got to, it takes you a minute to get used to it. Might not even be the right ones. You got to send it back, get another one. So they give you time for all that stuff. But yeah, you gotta knock it out over time. So, all right. Any more questions? Everything else going okay in your marketing for today? Yes, sir. What?
Kids. This is an educational.
You're not an educational video.
What are we?
Your real estate, your people in blogs. That's what you are. Some of your stuff is people in blogs some of your stuff is fun, some of it's entertaining, some of it's educational. You hope it is a little bit, but educational videos refers to videos that they make for schools, that are played in schools. Universities use them all the time. They'll make content, that's educational. So yeah, don't check that box. That pigeonholes you too, and you won't show up in a lot of search results too. So we'll get more into YouTube on another day. I had for people that speak multiple languages, is there a way to coordinate that? And I don't know if you're asking in the same video. Joel, I don't know if you're asking in the same video, but what you can do is in the settings. In that case, you should leave that unchecked. Don't check English, United States. Don't check anything. In the defaults, you should, however, on the video, when you make it, you can say this video is in Hebrew, it's in English, it's in, all the choices. Select the choices. Here's the game with YouTube, and that's all it is a game, is getting the content that you create into the right funnel to the right people that are going to watch it. You can do that, you get tons of eyeballs. And you usually do that with what the stuff we just went over with right here in the back end. But you may have to do it on your own if you're making videos in multiple languages. Like Miguel's going to have to do that too. But yeah, I'll tell you this. That's a good point. Miguel says he always uploads through the computer instead of the phone because there are many more settings and many more options. Yeah, to go through that you can actually help get these videos in the right funnel to the right people. So that's a really good point, Miguel. You have to sometimes just get it to your computer. We transfer it. If you have Mac, AirDrop it. Otherwise, we transfer it, get it in there, and you can go through and set all of these settings. All right. What about the rest of you? Good? Everybody cool? All right. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Okay. All right. Here's up with questions. You guys too. Thank you guys.